Hi guys, Squall here. Today I'm going to review the Peterbilt 389 truck mod. It's available from the Iveco dealer, so if I just pop into an Iveco dealer you'll see it here. Peterbilt 389 Ultra Cab Unibuilt. This mod is available to download. I'll leave a link in the video description and I shall go through the various configuration options now and then I'll show you and let you listen to what it sounds like. Now, we've only got one cab option, and that is basically the sleeper cab. But chassis-wise, we've got a couple of options here. We can either go with the 6x4 or we can go with the 8x4. Now, the 8x4 has a mid-lift, which does operate. The only other options from there are basically whether you want to go old school or the more modern look, which has the kind of rounder headlights that you can see there. Engine sizes. Now, engines come in a variety of makes and models, actually. They start with the PACCAR MX-13, which is actually the one that's on the official website for the Peterbilt 389. But also available is the Caterpillar CAT, the Detroit Diesel, and the Cummins ISX. Each of these actually sounds differently. I'm going to run through that in a minute. But it basically starts from the 380 brake PACCAR, and it goes all the way up to a chipped-tuned 840 brake Caterpillar CAT C15. Now there's an 815 Detroit Diesel available as well. If you want to stick with the PACCAR MX-13, then the stock one would be back here, the MX-13 500, and then you've got these chipped tune variants here and here. They don't actually sound any different, they just perform differently. It's the same with the other engines. The makes have a distinct sound, and again I'll show you that in a second, but the actual performance characteristics differ across the range. Transmission options, you've got everything from 6-speed, 10-speed, all the way up to 13 and even an 18 speed with or without the retarder. So quite a nice combination of transmissions available for this truck. Inside the cab, you can see the cab is pretty nicely done out. It's even got some free magazines on the seat there. There's not a lot of configuration options inside apart from whether you want the new style, which is this kind of shine metallic version, or the standard wooden trim. You can also have this option on both of them, which gives you two things inside. It gives you the apple and the fly. Now, they're a little bit gimmicky. Once you start, initially they're quite fun. The apple rolls around when you go around a bend, and the fly kind of buzzes around. After a while, I kind of get bored of them and just turn them off. This is my favourite interior. Outside the truck, we have quite a few options here, which is good to see. I do like a lot of configuration on a truck. Let me start by going straight down to here. We've got the bug shield, which you can have on or off. You've got the HUD, which can either have a chrome HUD ornament, if I just zoom right in there. You've also got the flying goddess, which you can see here. The rather large bullhorn, the smaller bullhorn, or one of my favourites, the rubber duck. These two dots here control the left and right mirrors. This one here. Left and right mirrors. Do be warned though, but when you've got extra mirrors running, it will kill some frame rate due to the amount of mirrors it has to render, both that one and those two there. So reduce the mirrors if you're having a frame rate problem. On the front you can have the Peterbilt logo, which is rather nice. This second one here does actually illuminate, which is very nice indeed. This dot down here gives you a variety of lower grille bumpers, as you can see. Each of them available with an extraordinarily large number of dots. In terms of the wheels, it doesn't come with any in particular, so you'll have to pick your own rims and your own tyres. The air cleaner is available in either paint or a chrome model. The mirror itself is chromed up. The sun visor can be on or off, no further options there. And inside you can have these sort of dangly bits, the wimple one, whatever that is. Personally, I don't like that kind of stuff, it just gets in the way of your vision. Up on the roof, we have roof accessories, which is nice. You can also have a light box, which gives you the Peterbilt light box if you so choose, which does in fact light up. These extra dots can be used for air horns, beacons, or lights, any kind of accessories that you want. Right at the top here, we can also go for a chrome strip. And even we can go for a refrigerant or a bonfire or space beacon, stock beacons here. And just on the corner there, you can go for the extra wing whale tin, the roof wing, or even the sleeper wing. Coming down the side, we've got options for whether to go for painted or chrome fuel tanks. This dot here controls the fenders. Now you basically got a choice between a minimal fender, half fender, or you can go all the way down to the full fender like that, which is available in paint or chrome, so adjust to suit. On the back, you've also got a dot here which gives you an extraordinary array of lights, which you can customize down here with nice little LED lighting. You can also use these things, which gives you blinkers, left and right, brakes, reverse, all that kind of stuff. You can decorate the back here as you see fit. Now here's the truck that I built. You can see this is the kind of styling that you can get once you finish customizing this. Very, very nice looking truck. I'm going to go with the PACCAR straight 500 engine as opposed to the chip-tune one, and you can have a listen to that when it starts up. You can see it's got a very deep, bassy rumble. Contrast that with this one, which is the Cummins ISX15 700. In fact, you know what? We'll go 600. We'll stay away from the chip tune. They don't make any difference. But just so that you're sure. You see that's much lighter. Now let's try the Caterpillar 600. Has a very similar throat response, but has a slightly different startup sound. And finally, the Detroit Diesel 600. Much lower revving, slower to start, but equally sounding just as good. Now inside the cab, if you press the I key, you can change between the cruise control, the amount of fuel, the economy that you're getting, and the gear that you're in. If I change gear, you can see what I mean. Operationally, the stick itself, the gear shifter, does not move as I'm changing gear, unfortunately. However, there are some other controls that do move. For example, if I put the retarder on, you can see the symbol comes on and the stick actually moves here, depending on what level I put it on. If I indicate, the stick is operational. If I put the wipers on, you'll see that that twists around. If I put the lights on, you can see the switch just to the left there comes on, and if I put high beam on, you can see the switch just to the right of the thermostatic control comes on when I put main beam on. Finally, and this is the slightly annoying thing, if you've got beacons, which I don't, but when I activate the beacons now, that actually engages the sat-nav. So there is no way to have the built-in sat-nav on without having the beacons on. You have to press the O or the beacon key to actually get the sat-nav to operate. And that's a bit of a shame, because when I'm carrying non-heavy loads, I want the sat-nav, but I don't want the beacons. So the only option then is to remove the beacons from the truck. This truck is a very nice drive. It's a good, solid truck. It sounds really good. It looks really good. It pulls very, very well, even under heavy loads. I would definitely recommend that you take a look at this truck. Be aware that if you've got the chrome on the air filters there, you can also get a bit of a frame rate lag as it tries to render reflections and so on. So be aware of that kind of thing. But other than that, I strongly recommend that you take a look at this thing. That's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this mod review video. Until the next one, take care guys. Happy trucking.